effect in the eventual draft that we saw. It ended up just becoming take away some great pieces, see how that changes the picture. Now the picture does change. Aurora decides to go on the blue side. They're still banning out the Hilda.
Again?
So they're leaving out the possibilities that maybe they are going to be seeing assassins in the hands of Demon Kai, putting it up there so that they don't have to worry about the Hilda anymore. But I feel like that could actually be something else.
Like instead of the Hilda.
Yeah, instead of the Hilda. I'm fine with them still committing bans on the Fredrin. Oh, actually, no, Fredrin could be good for them as a first pick if the Leomord is not open.
Yep.
Or a Sora also would be okay. So with them picking out...
Ganito ako mag-withdraw ng kinita sa Ulim Trade. Madali akong magde-deposito sa deposit section.
Eve ban, despite them finding Sanji a good amount, they still might just end up picking a lineup that wants to focus on taking control of the mid fast. Because there are games, like Liquid wins game number 1. Game number 2, they just get stopped on over because the opposing team drafted a very aggressive lineup and then they take control early, fast game, let's go to game number 3. That happened a lot in last season.
It did. I'm wondering if also we still see the same trend here with Marcel. Again, the general consensus was that he was going to be banned out, like perma-banned out. Like Wolf said, he's like, this is probably the only time you're going to see him. When we showed the graphic earlier on.
Patch notes.
Yeah, like right now, he's still going to be open. Sora goes banned out. There you go. Fredrin, I think that was a Fredrin.
Yes.
Yeah, Fredrin is banned out.
Baxia open, Leomord open, Marcel open.
Marcel? Is he French? I don't know.
Marcel, no, he's English.
He's English? Oh,
Is his camera French?
No.
No, okay.
Clamar is whatever his descendants is.
yeah. All right, let's see what RORA decides to do.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's a tough choice here for RORA if they're going to go, as you mentioned, the Baxia or the Leomord. One's the more aggressive. Actually, they're both aggressive options, but with different flavors.
The zoo's open too. Look at this. The man who plays the zoo the most is still here.
And I also do have to correct myself. I posed Sora as a first pick. That's actually not much of an option anymore because of the presence of a Valentina EXP lane option.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing now. So don't be surprised if Valentina shows up in the EXP lane later on in the season. So RORA, as we mentioned, they are going to be focusing towards priority in the mid. They want the bully. And this is actually one of my favorite picks in mid against a lineup that wants to be aggressive. Zetian is an anti-bully in the mid lane.
Stop.
Little next knockback, and actually that's a great term for it. It's a door stopper.
It's a
for
door
aggression.
stopper.
Yeah.
This is the only hero that makes me almost tilt if I would tilt it.
Yeah.
Because there's just something about her range, right? Her range, her poke, her ultimate's great.
I tilted more with Marcel, maybe because new.
Okay, well, yeah. So I'm saying it from the idea that most of my games, Marcel's not even part of it.
But you're right. She's like a sexier Valir.
Yeah. Yes.
I might disagree with that. I think Valir should not. Okay, so Aurora do decide to go for the Baxia. Team Liquid Philippines, with them picking the Zetian and the Kali together. Aurora, I would not like to see them go for something damage aggressive. I want to see slow front to back team fights. Deliberate.
Again, very still Dominkite-centric here.
Exactly, still very Dominkite-centric. Because if they went for the aggression, there's a huge risk when you're going up against a Zetian and a Kali in the center of the map. You're stopped, and you waste so much abilities trying to take them down together.
Yeah, I think also the fact that you got Baxia now in the hands of Demon Kite here, that kind of helps solidify the game plan a little bit more. I mean, even so, Edward on the Lapu Lapu the previous game, he had a hell of a start, man. At one point,
the first 5 minutes, dude.
5-1 or something like that. But then you saw how much difficulty Edward even had towards the later portion of the game. And now here's a glue getting picked up for Sanford.
There is no room for Aurora to pick a hero that just shuts down the glue. So 40 gets a free go here. This is his go again ticket. He can just start jumping on targets.
We saw his performance back in the M7 World Championship too with this hero.
And through the years. Yeah. But now, more notably, I feel like people just kind of default to thinking of Patrick Star. It's him or Flap when you mention glue, right? First pick, it's him or Flap.
Ooh. You know, thinking about this glue now, though, I feel like I'm kind of struggling for Aurora, because look, if they put the Baxia in the jungle, the glue's going to be a problem. If they shift it, they put light on a Baxia roam and they put something more damage focused on the jungle. Let's say there's no other magic damage option, and Aurora decides to go for something like a Suyo. Something a little bit more mobile.
You're
with good
solving the wrong problem.
You're solving the wrong problem. You get dived on again, and then if you try to dive, you still might get punished. So I'm not saying Glue instantly won the draft here for Team Liquid Philippines, but you do have to acknowledge this made RORA's second phase so much harder to draft.
Yeah. I think that's why, you know, you kind of have the slower second phase of these bans coming out too. You can see the carry being taken out here too, because again, that's also the question. Not only the potential to go ahead and swerve the Baksha if that comes through, but gold lane again. What is going to pop in the gold lane here? You already have that carry being taken out. Are we going to see potentially the a fighter pop up there, even though the Freya is gone and the Sora, for example? Or can they just default to it again? Like, we're going to see a Claude Moskov matchup here. You see the Cho last ban for TLPH.
Harith is still open.
Yeah, Harith.
They might have to lean in towards the Harith too. And I think that's what Liquid Philippines is thinking about. Glue is one of those heroes that you want going up against a Harith.
Yeah.
Because that's an extra thing you need to try and dash away from.
And it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because if they open up the Harith and they make a different decision on Red 4, Aurora's still on the back foot.
Yeah. I'm thinking of other marksmen as well. If Obsidian shows up, the problem is if Glue and Kali decide to pack blade armors, then what happens? You're going to struggle with that.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Leomore being banned out here.
What does Kyle play?
I mean, with all of
gets
that,
the
and he can go...
Now, there's the Claude.
They steal it away!
Oh my...
So they're saying, hey,
What if they just swap?
Dominkai, yeah, swap or, again, the Harith, which is kind of a dangerous pick.
Wasn't it? Yeah, it was Dominkai that had the winningest Harith last season, right?
Yeah.
Him, or like even if they were kind of losing for a majority of Season 16, Shizu.
Oh yeah, that's right. Shizu.
In action later on this weekend, Can't wait to see the new AP Brent, but yeah, back to the action here.
I think RORA will just have to settle for Baksha jungle, that it might not be the easiest time. They can still make it work. I'm not completely shutting down the possibility. They might try to see if they can take down Sanford early.
Knowing Aurora, watching all those documentaries, the infinite... Here we go!
There's
the infinite times... Oh, wait! Yeah, there you go. The infinite times we've heard Master Debate say, play your game. You know your game, play your game. They were not going to change. They were not going to...
This is pretty RORA, you know?
That's them.
Yeah.
That's them.
Even if it is difficult for Dominkai, and we wanted to see a switch up from DK and Light, this is them.
Yeah. It's comforts. My brain is telling me I'm leaning towards Liquid here. The presence of the Glue alone does a lot of things badly. Oh, does a lot of great things that make Aurora's lineup look bad.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we have to respect the fact that RORA playing comfort.
It's a better tight game for RORA.
Yeah.
But Liquid just has to figure out how to dismantle that.
And also to extend the series to Game 3 in this epic rivalry.
So the risk they win a very crazy game number 1, game number 2, their opposing team just goes for a fast snowball win. That is still very active. Which is why I'm leaning a little bit more towards Aurora here. Despite Liquid setting the tempo in the mid, they just
pretty where they can here.
Let me see now if there's any avenue for Carl Teasy to go for a flank somewhere at level 4. Dominkai is stretched out, but he will back out in just a bit, knowing that there's a chance Carl Teasy might be in his side of the jungle. He will not hit level 4 just yet. So if ever there is going to be a flank, it might be somewhere in the center of the map after he gets the purple buff. See if they can bring Yue down low so that they don't have that much of a problem getting turtle number 1.
Yeah, turtle situation in game 1 was
It's pretty crazy.
interesting. I was going to use the word interesting. But this time, maybe we go for something more traditional, something more orthodox. That could have been the issue with Aurora, is because the game was so weird to begin with.
Yeah.
Oh, mid lane, Light taking quite a bit of pokes, but he even holds on to the flicker, so he knows he's going to be fine. He'll go reset. Turtle's going to be up here in a couple seconds. Both junglers have that level 4 available. A little bit of a lead for Carl Teasy as he took the camp up top earlier on in RORA's jungle.
Almost a full bar.
Yeah, and this gives him a bit of space to work with, but you still got to respect the Baksha in this first turtle. So he's going to go for a kill?
Carl Teasy does not pull the trigger on the shadow kill. Wall put up.
Oh, good
There's
block.
the Force of the Phoenix on the shadow kill. Wall put up.
Oh, good
There's
block.
the Force of the Phoenix put up by Sanji, so they know where everyone is, but that's just going to be it.
A couple ultimates expended here. Heal up for JP. Fight for this turtle. It's half health.
Now 8. Who's gonna get it? Retribution still online for both, and it's Demon Kite. Utility jungler reigns supreme. The grab, and the mount by Sanford. Not much of a follow-up here as Demon Kite put down to a massive tech charge coming in. Edward takes down Carl. First blood.
Yep, that's what we were talking about in terms of the potential of Aurora to get big wins early on. They get the turtle. Carl TZ stood his ground, but eventually got taken out. Light able to get that massive tech charge in with the wall. This is going to be tough going here for Liquid now, as Aurora can continue this aggression. They're handling the trade in the center really well. A majority of the game so far has been Rora getting mid-priority, and that forces Team Liquid Philippines to get creative.
Right now, too, fighting in this side of the jungle.
DK committing! Grand Theft Orange, but no, Carl secures! They take down JP though, and now Demon Kite hiding in the brush. Daiki unable to get the kill, and Daiki falls! Demon Kite claims him, and Demon Kite gets taken down by the turret. A little too close there.
Okay, little pressure here on this side of the purple buff of Carl TZ. Doesn't have retribution, but they are going to go ahead and force Edward out of here. So buff secured. Oh, they're going to bring him back. Okay, good use of the flicker there to not get brought back to Carl TZ. Meanwhile, up top, I have to say, man, Light has been on point ever since he hit level 4, and he's been able to make plays on the Grok here, which technically he eventually was able to do in the last game, but this is much better start for him.
Joseph, this is why he held onto the flicker after the sequence in mid. He said, I'm going to need this post-turtle. I'm going to hold on.
Yeah, and again, we're seeing here the comfort for Aurora. Across the board, they got picks that they have excelled with, won world championships with, wrecked streaks with, and it's so good. That was a Skypiercer pickup by Yue.
Very different timing.
A 4-minute Skypiercer compared to what? The 14, 15-minute Skypiercer earlier?
You know what that means. The game's going better.
Yeah, that's them saying, oh, we know we got this. We're going to game 3.
They catch Sanji, forcing the Fury out of him, but Dominkite will claim him. Again, as predicted, this will be a Dominkite-centric game. Rivers put him where he needed to be.
Yeah, and so far, Rora looking like they could end this before 15 minutes as well. Daiki getting protected by the other members of Liquid.
Carl forced to use a shadow kill, and he gets taken down here. Dominkite finds him. JP a little too far to protect the GOAT, and now Dominkite jumps onto the Khalid, and he flickers on out of there.
This is what I'm talking about with this lineup, man. Expanding Rivers for this lineup from Aurora is like having a flying cloud everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, we set it up, we got the predictive as a table, and now Liquid are just trying to grasp at straws at this point.
Patrick can't hold out, cannot stop 4 members of Aurora from taking away that orange.
Okay. Turret goes down. 3,000 gold lead right now for Aurora. Under the 6-minute mark, setting themselves up and for a very good position to take the next objective here. Already 2 turtles in their side, so they're going for the 3 for 3. And if we look at for TLPH on how they can go ahead and adjust themselves, they find themselves in almost a similar position that Aurora was in the previous game, right? You're waiting for Daiki to go ahead and come online on this Claude, and you're dealing with them forcing these fights.
Oh my lord, another flicker tech charge! Carl TZ can't even react! He's snuffed out!
I'm telling you, man.
It's perfect. It's Aurora playing a very comfortable and familiar life.
Edward's not even really worried about Daiki or anything unless Carl TZ forces a play here.
Shadow kill on Edward alone. Pop in the bravest fighter just for a little more shields. JP, the backup. UN Light respond just in by time for DK to get that turtle and steal away the purple maybe even. And this is a 3-man coalition from Aurora pushing forth up top. 5k help.
They know the orange is up. Here comes Demon Kite. They're going to force down.
Uh-oh! Another tech charge! Knocking up 3! Carl is down! JP is out of the picture as well!
Damn.
But Daiki finds light of the Northern Lights in game number 2.
Yeah, I got blinded by the KDA of Dominkite, but come on, 19 assists. Yeah, you gotta
started
give it
the game. That's
he
why.
started it. It was him. It was. I feel like there was a lot of communication going on between the mid trio, between him, you, and Demonkite, because they really locked down the river.
He missed tech charge once.
Maybe one, just one time.
The eyeballing doesn't count. He did that on purpose.
Oh yeah.
That's literally eyeballing a tech charge. Like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that.
This is like a limit test to see where you guys, how you will react.
Oh, it goes that far. All right.
I think again, like Light, he tried to do this. I would say in game 1, it just, he didn't have that strong of a start on the Grok, but this time you can see just how much of an impact his tech charges, his setups, the walls, this combination that we saw earlier on too, just allow so much vision, but also crowd control and setup potential with RORA's lineup like this. And again, that's why they picked Expanding Rivers. You know, for our viewers out there, again, this is a map, Expanding Rivers is a map that RORA picked with this specific lineup in mind, and they played it pretty near